So if you haven't seen the last episode, very decent start to our Europa League nights. Not all wins, but I am impressed with what I saw from the team, as hopefully we can kick on today where we need to shift our focus back to the Premier League. Saying that though, we've got a really hard game against Liverpool, another league game which is undecided which team I'm going to play, and of course a cup game in the Carabao Cup against Crystal Palace. Hey guys, and welcome back to the FIFA 21 West Ham United career mode, episode 5 of season number 2. And the first thing I'm going to do, I probably should have been on it already, is check the league standings, because like I just said, the Premier League is our focus and it's going wrong at the moment. So smash a like if you're excited for this episode, subscribe to the channel as well, as Manchester United are top of the league, Burnley second, Liverpool, who we play last today, is third. So stay tuned for that big game as we sit 9th, really desperately needing some points. 14 on the board after 9 games, and yeah, we could be doing better. 3 defeats and 2 draws. 2 defeats, of course, coming back to back in the last 2 Prem games we played, simulated in the last episode, so not good on that front, as we have Cardiff in the relegation zone. Maybe a comeback trail right there, which we will simulate, because we're going to play Crystal Palace. I've decided we're going to play Fulham as well, away in a bit of a London derby right there, with Celtic afterwards simulated, because I feel like we've got the job done in the Europa. Hopefully I can play a bit of a weaker team as well, as then we have Liverpool at home, the biggest one. Very pumped for today. We need to get back on track. Hopefully teams above us drop points, as the rivals are above us now. Spurs, I think we finished above them last season as well, which is absolutely great. It might have been them, or I think it might have just been Chelsea, as we've dropped to 9th. This is our game in hand though, as these sit 17th, the Bluebirds. Beat Swansea, the rivals. Can we beat them as well? Also, I don't know why I didn't mention it at the start, but we did pick up an injury to Pedro Goncalves. It is 5 days, but it rules him out from this one. That was in the Celtic first half, as this is going to be the starting 11 for Cardiff. We've got Dragowski in goal, Vladimir Koufal, Ogbonna, Diop and Aarons at the back, with Hammond, Declan Rice and Souček, both 86 rated now, with Felipe Anderson moving to the right, as Lanzini comes into that cam spot where Goncalves was, and Borja Mayoral as our striker. I love how his pace is going up slowly but surely. Now 70, almost in the green, as we need to get a victory to start today off in winning fashion, as it's going to be a quick sim. They look like a championship side from the little glimpse, Glatzel Flint, as it is a 3-0 win. And even more, the striker getting sent off. We've got Hammond who scores the first. It's not going to let us scroll up, as Lanzini got the other one. And of course, Thomas Souček the Beast. Love that, as here is the next round of the Cup as well. We're going to go straight into this. We've got Palace, Burnley, Man United. That's going to be a hard game with the forms Burnley are on this season, with Reading Crew, Watford, Liverpool, Leicester, Wolves is decent, Sheffield United, Chelsea, Spurs and City, with Villa and Brentford. The Dean Smith derby at the bottom right there, as I think I'm going to make a couple of rotational moves, but still stick to a spine of a squad, as I think this is the team I'm going to put out there. So still quite strong in my opinion, with Randolph coming in. Decent game against Newcastle, but caused problems for himself, with Johnson at right back, Niakate, Diop and Aarons, with Afolayan. We're trying to train up some of the youth players that were currently at the club before we got here, with Rice, Souček and Goncalves straight back in, because he was playing well before he got injured, as Lanzini sits in cam and Dario Benedetto back up front, getting the Argentine strong link to try and score us a few goals. And last time out was a really good victory against Palace, so this time are they going to improve? It's Guaita, Nathaniel Klein, who we absolutely run rings around, but then again it was Jay Hammond who isn't playing, with Kayate Zulbadia, a new signing, Tyreek Mitchell, Ivan Perisic, Milivojevic, Camavinga and Lainez, with Laborde and Ayew up front. That is a lot stronger than the team they had in the quarterfinals last year of the FA Cup, which we hammered them 4-0 with, so I have not lost hope, but I don't think it's going to be a repeat, especially after the game against Celtic where we put everything into it. As Camavinga, what a signing that French lad is, as it's Lainez on the ball. I think he's come from the Bundesliga, as they're going to start off the better. Camavinga running inwards as he gave it to Luka Milivojevic, out wide to Ivan Perisic again, but just took a dodgy touch. Niakate with a touch on him, but he's still managing to get away with the ball as Palace do attack, but it's a good tackle. Over they are going to come at us again now, a Crystal Palace. Camavinga with the ball in the midfield, and He's just watched Declan Rice with the sprint right there really well as Laborde has a run through here. He scored a couple against us in the league when they beat us here, so got to be careful. They've beaten us at the London Stadium before as Goncalves can't turn out, and it's back to Palace, who are on the front foot this half, or at least for the first couple of minutes, as Declan Rice, beautiful tackle far up the field, and he's got about 3-on-1 right here. Declan Rice needs to try and sweaty this. It's through the gap to Dario Benedetto to counter-attack on Crystal Palace, who were just stalling and stalling with the ball. It is 1-0 to West Ham, and it's an easy tap-in. Yeah, just easy stuff. Look, Crystal Palace just backing off. Left it to Guaita, who came but was never ever getting there because Dario Benedetto was sneaking in behind him and just to tap that ball into the open goal for 1. So yet again, it's a brilliant start for the Hammers right here in the cup competitions as Milivojevic, though, Declan Rice was on hand to get in front of that as Max Aarons. I've put him in over Masuaku because I want to train him up a little bit more as Linus has the ball. Diop just doing the business though as Declan Rice fits in for him. That's a dodgy pass from Souček. I knew it straight away as they've got a bit of players forward here. Ayew, but what a tackle Niakate. Very impressive, but still Crystal Palace with the ball as Laborde backheels it. Jordan Ayew got a little bit of a gap and they've got a man down as that advantage was about 5 years long, so I'm not happy with that. As long as they don't score, as I know Ivan Perovic did score free kicks against us before, so it's going to hit this one. But it does sail over. Thank the Lord for that. As dodgy pass, very dodgy pass, but it's still going to peter out to Niakate right here as he gives it round the corner. Souček with the ball forward as well to Max Aarons, who's going to play it down the line now into Afoyalan, who's going to try and run inside. Afoyalan keep on going. We've got Benedetto and Lanzini as we go for Benedetto and Nathaniel Klein actually reading the game for once. So I do think this first half's going to end 1-0. However, they've got a run on here. Ivan Perisic cuts inside and that's a dodgy tackle and it's inside of the box. It's Niakate who is the guilty culprit and Crystal Palace have just a way into the game after literally taking no shots apart from a free kick. We give a sloppy pen away at the end of the first half as well when it's the worst time. And it was just wrong side. It was good work from Perisic to get his body in the way. Definitely a penalty as he's going to take the kick as well. Darren Randolph against Perisic and dives the wrong way. Crystal Palace have their goal back. Picture this game a little bit hard now as well because they have been really good. And now they have a goal in that top bin. It's going to be hard to come back from it. The number 7 just buries it in. So yet again, just got to try and come back from this. As Max Aarons though on the ball, gives it to Declan Rice. Now over to Souček. Cuts away a little bit. He's still got the ball though as Niakate. We've got to try and get one before half time if we could, but we've passed the ball out of play. Nice one, Niakate. Started off really well, but costing us the game in the last 5 minutes as it is 1-1 at half time. A very, very close game. They've had all the possession. We've had probably more of the big chances as I don't think I can make any changes yet. I'll give Lanzini a little bit longer. Maybe Felipe Anderson off the bench and move Goncalves central as I'll trust this team for now. Perisic. Is that Perisic? I don't know. Gives the ball to the side as Camavinga now on it. Gives it into Cheku Kiate. Oh, he's just sidestepped us as Crystal Palace starting off the better, but passes to Declan Rice. Still the shining star. Had to read that as Benedetto. Oh, it should have gone out wide straight away as it has now reached Afoyalan, the youth player. He's got it out wide as he gives it in the middle to Lanzini to shoot, and what a stop. One-handed from Vicente Guaita to keep it out of the goal as we do have a corner ball and Pedro Goncalves look for Souček who gets the bouncing one as we take the best chance of the second half so far. But still no goal as Souček can't read that Luka Milivojevic turn. And now it's into Ayew. Laborde, what can he do? I think he's Algerian playing in France. I may be wrong there, so excuse me if I am, as that's a great tackle on Camavinga. Stays down, but does get back up, as it's now on to Benedetto. Lanzini, make a run in front, mate. Make a decent darting run, as that is a decent one. Away from the defenders, Lanzini, and he bobbled the shot, but just missed it, as now Johnson back into Niakate, across to Max Aarons, as he needs to find a way in. Gives it into Declan Rice, and around the corner, but Declan's been sloppy. Oh dear, don't like that from our main man, as oh, that's a bad tackle as well on Laborde from Niakate, who's going to go into the book. We're crumbling a bit if we don't take a chance. As it's now Johnson, got to run down the line, but goes central into Souček as Felipe Anderson making the run around Benedetto. It's going to find Felipe onto Afoyalan. Can he do something? The youth player, cross it back in. Felipe Anderson's there, and he's put it into the back of the net. The substitute is West Ham's saviour in this game. The player who people thought wasn't going to have a career when he came back, but I've given him a chance, and it's his first goal he's actually scored for the club since coming back, I'm pretty sure, as it's a nutmeg on Guaita as well as he turns, can't even keep his balance, but he doesn't need to because the celebrations have begun. It's 2-1, and I'd say we deserve it. I'd definitely say we deserve it, how this second half's gone. Not the first, but 100% this last 45. However, it's a chip over the top and a great save, Randolph, and a decent little flick there for Niakate to actually put it in a position to pass, which he does fail to do so, as it's down to the centre-back Zulbadia, the captain as well, the Spaniard they've signed, as Perisic zigzagging it in the middle. Ivan Perisic has to be watched by Diop, and perfectly done so, as Palace may be having the last attack right here, though. Milivojevic onto Mateta, who they've put on off the bench to try and get something. Guessing he's a permanent signing now, as it's around the corner to Laborde. Diop just needs to stand him up and does so, as the ball can go through the middle though to Laborde. Got to slide in, and oh, no way! 89th minute, Laborde has levelled it. They don't deserve it. Randolph, what are you doing? Looks like it might be a penalty shootout in the first game of the episode, which is not the greatest. Randolph, he came and then just jogged back and let it just slide straight past him. That's a shocker from the old man, as yeah, didn't stick his leg out, and you can see he is aging. Should have saved it easy. I'm guessing Diop might have put him off a little bit, as it's going to be penalties. They can't have this last attack. Referee, there we go. When it gets past to you in the yellow, of course you blow the whistle, as it's going to be a penalty shootout without Mark Noble as well, so it's going to be hard there. They've got the better penalty shootout takers. Look at that. Their lowest is 63. Mine is a youth player, Afiolan, who I actually am going to swap for Felipe Anderson. So, how's it going to start? We lost on pens last year to Tottenham, but did win against Wolves at this round, as Dario Benedetto finishes the first. On to Milivojevic with 90 taken. It's going to be hard to save as he goes down the middle as well. I expected someone with his quality to go somewhere else, as we're going to go same way. Felipe Anderson, who got the goal in the game, don't cost us here, as he's drilled straight into that top corner. Guaita goes wrong, so Perisic, he scored to the right in the first, he's going right again. He ain't. Declan Rice. What is Declan going to do? I'm going to try and hammer this in that bottom corner. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Very, very decent penalties in this. So Mateta, can we stop it? Randolph with a bit of movement. Oh, and it's off the post into the side netting. Very, very lucky as Joel Aribo. I'm going just right. As yes, it's just worked how I wanted it to. Can we get a save here? It will be really, really good. As Laborde against Randolph. Oh, and he skied it. Get in. Just got to score as it's down to Niakate, the man who gave the penalty away in 90 minutes to win it here. And he does just do that. Niakate gets the win for West Ham on penalties, which, to be fair, it should have never gone to. But I am so happy for the centre-back, who has probably got his head down after giving the penalty away, but scores his own to win the game. And the other results, I think they're what you'd expect, really. Burnley getting hammered as Chelsea win, Leicester win, Man City win, and yeah, no shocks there then. I just want the winner of Crewe and Reading, which I think it were Reading. I didn't actually check. Should have been Reading, as of course the league position is 9th again after the first win against Cardiff City. That's who it was. As Tujin Akinola got a 2-year loan deal here. I will try and negotiate, as I want to sell this guy, to be fair, and hopefully have got rid of him. As Fulham, where are the 15th away from home? 15th, as we're going to try and get a different lineup for this. Of course, going back to full strength. The league is now on priority mode, as Dragowski's in net, though. There is a couple of little changes with Kufal, Ogbonna, Zima coming in, because I didn't realise I played Diop like back-to-back, so he's going to get a rest now with Aaron still at left-back. This guy's stamina's insane. With Hammond back on the wing, the youth player Rice, Souček and Goncalves on the right, as it's going to be not Lanzini, but Felipe Anderson in cam, with Mayoral back up front, because Benedetto did score, was a tap-in. I'm going to play the other striker, because Benedetto should have still scored a better goal than that, even though he didn't get the chances, but hopefully Mayoral will create them for himself. And Fulham, I don't know how these line up. They survived, didn't they? So they might have a different team, with Bettinelli back in goal from Middlesbrough, Tete, Godagon, Hector and Brian in the defence, with Zambo Anguissa and Stefan Johansson, with Decadova-Reid, Acuna, Cabano and Mitrovic up front. Don't have a clue what to expect, as Mitro with the ball straight away right here, and Declan Rice just can't tackle him as the ball's flicked over, and Fulham taking the first shot, and thought Dragowski was going to come for that, but obviously didn't, as Goncalves the furthest back, Bit weird. I need a better performance as well out of Zima, who of course didn't play in the Cup, and I probably should have played him in the Cup, to be fair. Should play the Europa League next. As Acuna out with the ball again, and a decent little nick off him there by Angelo Ogbonna as he gives it to Declan Rice. Across, just couldn't reach Jay Hammond, but it doesn't matter because we're going to get it back with Souček. And now Jay Hammond, I want to see this guy use his pace a little bit more because I don't usually use it. Going to try and run straight into this corner, then cut back to get past. I think it's Tete into it. Oh no, it's Gadangon who reads him very well. Looks like their centre-backs are pretty rapid as we've got that pass off with Aarons into Hammond. Get that over the top. It should fall here for Goncalves and does. Bit of a dodgy touch, but can go back to Ogbonna as we're doing very well to dominate the ball. Into Rice. Now into Souček again round the corner to Felipe and tries the sneaky back heel. Don't mind it. Don't mind a bit of flair as Mayoral goes all the way around. Gives it to Felipe Anderson here to drill it home and finds that bottom corner past Bettinelli. He has 2 in 2 now, the Brazilian, as it is 1-0. Glorious little goal that. A little decent finish and very, very cheeky if you ask me. We're trying to be cheeky with the back heel, but gets another bite at the cherry and just puts it straight past Bettinelli. Stretches his leg out, but not good enough. And we've got to try and go again now as Rice. Oh, can't get that pass forward. And it's fallen to Zambo Anguissa, but Declan Rice reads it the second time of asking, so give it into Mayoral, get that round the corner into Felipe Anderson, who is going to hold it up a little bit, and now give it out to Jay Hammond, as Hammond trying to cut inside a little bit here, and given the space, he's going all the way around. Jay Hammond! Oh, and what a goal from the youth player! It is 2 against the London rivals, and you can hear the boos now because they just let him waltz through that midfield to get the second in spectacular fashion. He only scores Worldies does the next Payet, as that is amazing. Glad I rested him in the Cup as he's now 80 rated and showing that quality. 3rd Premier League goal of the season for Jay, as what a finish it was. Only half an hour in as well, and we're sitting comfortably. Could even be more comfortably if Souček's onside, which I presume he is because no lines come up, and it's into Hammond again, who should definitely have 2. My days, how has he scuffed that? I have no idea. As Rice with a bad back pass. Don't let that miss affect our morale, because we're doing well so far, but Fulham are on the ball. Felipe Anderson getting a tackle in. Very, very promising today, as it's now into Zambo Anguissa though. Half an hour just over the clock, and they could get a goal back. However, the pass is overcooked, so we'll have to try and start again as Rice. Another dodgy pass, you know. Declan, what's going wrong, mate? He's struggling a little bit in my book, as maybe Joel Aribo comes on for a little bit. Give this guy a well-earned rest, as we've got 5 minutes on the clock at the end of this first half. Zambo Anguissa passes it straight into Souček, and we've got a ball straight through to Felipe Anderson. He's going to touch it and hit it from the edge of the box, which probably was the bad idea. Should have gone closer, as what a waste that one was, as he's on to Acuna. Get the tackle in, and Zima. No! Come on, he's had a decent half, this guy, but if the score from this, that's another mistake that's led to a goal from him, as I don't think that was deserving of a free kick, because Johansson just sails wide as well with it. So it's 2-0 at half-time, a very promising start to the game, but Fulham do have their moments, so still got to be a bit more sure, as yeah, you can see Rice is shattered, and with the lead we have, I think I am going to give him his well-earned rest. So Joel Aribo actually unhappy as well at the club, which is a bit confusing. Will come on, as the Cottagers do start off this second half with the ball, as kind of expected. Now we have the leaders. That's a good ball through to Acuna. Good tackle from Aarons, as we need to get this round the corner. Good play as well, very good players. Now Joel Aribo to run it forward. Joel Aribo, can we get another goal on the counter? Felipe Anderson, you never know. Get that through the gap. No one's ready. Mayoral, he's got men with him, but Mayoral with the shot, and his teammates will be killing him. I probably should have passed it. I tell you what, I've made some terrible decisions with shots today. Please forgive me for them. At least we do have the lead in this game as Souček. Fancy feet from the big man as it's forward straight to Mayoral. Looks like Fulham have gone more attacking, so I'll leave in a bit of gaps at the back. If we can get past these, will be perfect. And the game will continue to go on as Souček with a pass over to Hammond. Now into Aribo. Gap through the middle to Mayoral. Can he make up for the earlier miss that he just had? Cuts it back. He's got Aribo in the middle, but he still tries to go himself, which is kind of my fault again, as now Felipe Anderson got men all around him, but can he try and manoeuvre his way out? Going to give it in the side to Mayoral, as Aribo takes a shot from range, and it wasn't that bad. And Souček right here, still no goal, no third goal that is, as that's a great chip over to Hammond though. And look how many players we've got forward. We've actually got quite a few. What a goal this would be, as Bettinelli makes a great save. If I could have volleyed that over him with Goncalves, that would have been a worldie of a chip from Hammond and a finish on the volley. Still doesn't go in, as Kufal put forward towards him, and it's going to go into Souček, who's overthrown in the midfield, as Fulham are searching for this first goal for them to put the pressure on. Morelos, a very bright player off the bench, as it's into Vargas though, and Vargas gives it to Dada, clipped. Ogbonna goes down as they're still going to go on. That advantage was years long again as they're taking the shot from range, and that's easy for the keeper. However, they are going to come at us again, and it's through the middle. Great tackle. Now it's going to be Kufal with a great pass out as well to Aribo. Really good, because now we have so many options forward. It's going all the way to Goncalves as well on this wing. Pedro Goncalves. It's got Felipe Anderson inside, but I'm going to shoot again. And what is it? I just don't want to sweaty it again. I want to score with the player taking the shot. But it just doesn't look to be the case. We should have scored loads in it. It should be way more than 2-0. Like Celtic, maybe 4. As Anguissa has the ball in the middle. Even Fulham could score themselves and ruin the clean sheet. As it's on to Dada, who's run straight past us. And he does. I don't think they're going to get a goal, though, as I will skip this replay. Dada, I do not care one bit, as it should still be game over, but to make it 1 goal in that game, 2-1 narrow win on paper now, is mind-blowing, because we were so much the better team. They had like 1 defender at the back all the time, so yes, we have won the game, but I am not impressed. Has to be more convincing for me, as Celtic are up next. Only 2 points. 2 points! The Scottish team. I thought they would be first or second in this group. I thought we would be struggling for second, along with Nantes, who do, of course, sit in that position right now, so it's imperative we get the win. But just before this game as well, I know we have a big squad as it is, but I think I'm going to promote 2 players to the first team. Luca Thomas, I'm so sorry, mate, but George Jordan just coming through has put you down my pecking order like crazy. Until he's a backup, you're not coming into the squad. So Henry Alexander's been here a while, 17-year-old. Definitely going to look for a loan deal for him, but I am going to promote him to the senior team. Welcome on board. And Jayden Abbott, 61 rated, doesn't have good potential, but for a 16-year-old looks better than Henry Alexander, so welcome to West Ham. And you might even get a bigger welcome than you expected, because both youth players I am going to sit on the bench along with Jordan, just because I feel like the first team should get the result. And if it does, then we can actually maybe play them in the game against Midtjylland when, what's it called? Not promotion, but qualification is actually guaranteed, as Drakowski's in goal still. Johnson, Zima, Ogbonna and Masuaku make up the defence, with Hammond, Rice, Aribo and Felipe Anderson on the right, with Lanzini in camp and Benedetto up front. So similar to our Carabao Cup game, as we do want the win here against the Hoops, so we can move on to Liverpool at the weekend. So I'm also thinking about that. I want to rest my players if I can, if the game makes quick subs for me, which I really want it to do. So is it going to load up? It is. And what's the result going to be? Was 4-0 last time. Can't be a drastic change, even though the team is different. As please do not let West Ham down, as it's a 1-0 win. And it's Hammond with the goal as we dominated the game. But we can't ignore Christie missing a penalty, which is not going to show us for some reason now. And that is a weight off our shoulders. Through to the next round of the Europa League, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's going to be second or first. I think that's still up for debate, but if we got that win, Nantes can't go above us, and Celtic still have 2 points, and Midtjylland have 1. So that is glorious. Confirmed, as we've still got to divert attention, like I said, to the Premier League, as Liverpool are in town, and it is a game coming at a bit of a torrid time as well, as some players are still tired, but had to blame in that last game. So Drakowski in goal, Kufal, Zima impressed, and Ogbonna is tired, with Diop at the side of him and Aaron. So this is the defence I actually want for the near future. Maybe Kufal comes out if he gets older, with Goncalves, Souček, Rice and Hammond still on that left wing / midfield, with Felipe Anderson sitting in cam just over Goncalves, because I do feel like he's better there, with Meyer out up front. Still need a goal from him, or else Benedetto will be knocking on that door, as this could be potentially the hardest game of the season. Probably is, alongside Man City, but we're at home. Come on! Hammers, as it's Alisson in goal, Trent, Skriniar, Van Dijk and Robertson. That is so strong, with Koke, Milner and Henderson in the midfield. Okay, with Salah, Firmino and Mane. Very, very strong. Milner, I was going to say he's weaker. They've got Thiago and Modric on the bench, and Fabinho, so proves that the old man's still doing well, as I do think he's an amazing player still, so going to be as difficult. Just got to knock this ball about and make sure we don't get embarrassed. That would be good. As Kufal over the top to Diop. Kept it for the first 2 minutes. Love that. As Aarons goes down the line to Hammond, and we've lost it. I honestly always brick it when I play Liverpool in this game. I don't know why. Just Actually, I do know why, because they're that overpowered. As Souček, though, getting a little bit of an attack off. Our midfield's got to do well with the ratings they're on, as it's through to Felipe Anderson as well. Forced a bit out wide, not as wide as I would have wanted him to be, but he has whipped the ball in, and I don't think anyone was getting there at the back post. Still, love intent, so actually wasn't that bad, as Hammond had to watch that man right there, as it's over the top now to Mohamed Salah, as he's going to try and run at us. Diop just tries to get a tackle in, but it's to Koke, and now back to Milner as he gives it to Firmino. Now Firmino again. They're all round the box. Every single player touching the ball, as Firmino's got a hat-trick against us before. Getting the ball back. He's got a bit of a gap there, and Koufal has to read it, but it's a shocking touch as he's fed it straight through to Mane. Koufal, what are you doing? As I understand, I wanted him to clear it straight away, but he's took a dodgy touch. Probably didn't get a shout that Mane was behind him, and he's just nipped in front and got it. Really good work from the Senegalese player, though. And yeah, I think it's better on Mane's front than mistakenly on Koufal's. Might have possibly been a back pass to Dragowski as well, so I'm not going to blame him fully, but he's the man who is the guilty culprit out of anyone, as it's now onto Firmino as well. So got to try and come back from 1-0 behind when we can't even touch the ball, as it's Koke on it. Round the corner into Roberto Firmino again, as Liverpool just looking menacing. That in a free kick. I don't know how, when some of the free kicks that get given are stupid. Like that one in Fulham. Don't know how it was given, as Mayoral with a pass. Really good one as well to Goncalves, who can possibly get a cross in. Scouted by Liverpool in real life, this guy, but not doing the business right there. So still, just got to keep plugging along, and maybe it will come as Felipe Anderson has it through the middle now. Can we get a run on near the edge of that box? I don't know, as Felipe Anderson's given a bit of a gap, and it's a dodgy touch that gives it to Jordan Henderson as half an hour in. And of course, as you expect, Liverpool fully dominant in cruise control, but we've got to try and stop it with these counters and take them, as Max Aarons, good pass in the middle to Hammond, who can get his shot off through bodies, and Alisson gets down well to save it, the goal scorer for Liverpool, as it's going to be put in the box from the corner. I think these are his best chances of the game, set pieces, as that one isn't worked well though, but he's still got it on the edge. Zima now to Hammond, who's stuck out wide right here. Can he get another shot off? Spins away, but it's into the arms comfortably. And still searching for this goal, as Felipe Anderson is going around the houses this time and gives it into Mayoral. There's a big chance here. We just need this level and we should be alright. Mayoral, really good footwork. Can we get the run around? Why isn't he setting off Pedro Goncalves, as he does get it now though, and it's back into Souček, as Declan Rice through to Mayoral. Now it's really good passing just at the end of this first half, where we got a chance to get one back. Mayoral, turn, shoot to the near post and scores, as we have the leveller against the red men. Come on, as it's Borja Mayoral, said he needed to score and does. Good finish from the Spaniard, as it's a great little swivel. We've had all of the ball in the last 10 minutes, as we are all over Liverpool, as it's straight into the side netting, and Alisson just has to stand on the spot, rooted to it, and watch it sail past his post. As I love that, I really do. Just before half-time as well. Get in. Still not the win, which honestly I don't expect to get, so I'd take a draw at this point, but it's an amazing performance, as Felipe Anderson has to come off as well. Lanzini still tired himself, but I'll put him right there, because Felipe Anderson being skillful at times, but not having the impact I would want him to have. So why don't we just change it up, as of course his best player this game so far is Mayoral. Got into some good positions and passed the ball around well, so really impressed after his little recent slump, as that ball's going to go through down the wing though to Salah, and we've still got to be consistent at the back. We've got to get this tackle in. They've scored from a mistake, so we can't switch off. We know that, as we still haven't cleared it. It's gone to Henderson. Poor clearance as Firmino! Wide. And the referee's given a penalty. Where was there a foul in that? Koufal again, and I don't blame him for this, because I want to see where there's a foul. Jordan Henderson? They got the shot off, and it was not a foul. I guess it's in the referee's eyesight. That's the only excuses, as work could be undone here, as Salah hits the crossbar and it comes out. He's actually missed it, as we get sent the wrong way. A lifeline and an actual counter-attack to go with it, as Declan Rice down the line. It's talking about the London derby, but I don't care about that at this moment, as Hammond cuts in. Jay Hammond shoots, and it's to Alisson again. He's not got that finesse locked down yet, but I am so glad they missed that penalty. Really done me well, I feel like, as this is Diop now with a pass out to Max Aarons. Got the run around from Jay Hammond, and this is another chance right here. Lanzini at the front. I wanted to go to the back post, because Lanzini against Van Dijk, Even I know that, and I'm Lanzini's manager, that Van Dijk is winning it as he's onside here. Hammond, he has to be. He has to be as he's whipped another good ball in, but the big man clears. I'm actually getting really into this one as Trent Alexander-Arnold with the ball right now, though. We're going to get slowed down. Fulham have Liverpool next as well, so maybe Fulham could do us a bit of favours after we hammered them, as Souček with the ball right now in the middle, passing it forward. Fabinho reads it though, on for James Milner as it's forward to Roberto Firmino. And now Henderson with the ball again. 25 minutes, boys. Hold on. As Koke now with a pass around to Henderson. It's on again. Jordan Henderson with the shot. As I'm really not focused on names right now. I'm focused on numbers in that box to block those shots. As it's going to be Jay Hammond to run away with this one as well. Around the corner into Lanzini. He's got the run of Hammond continuing as he's got pace still to burn despite being late on in the game. As he's crossed it to the edge. Lanzini ready for the volley. And he's given us a penalty against Trent. Get in. What a game against Liverpool right here, as they've done a mistake here. We can't do the same as Salah though. We can't do the same as Salah, as we've got to focus up. It's a handball. There's a substitute here it wants us to make. No, I'm not changing the defence as it's Souček over it. Got any better penalty takers? I mean, Mayoral's better, who has his goal already, and I'm going to go to my favoured corner. Please, Alisson, don't read it. As it's into the back of the net, and we have the lead against Liverpool in this big game. 2-1 to the Hammers. What a feeling this is. I'm getting really into this game if you can't tell. I don't know why. It's a comeback story, isn't it? As they've had a penalty, missed, and we now take the lead. It's just drilled into that bottom corner. And I could not be happier with Borja today. Just got to continue to fix up, look smart and no mistakes as Max Aaron's reading Salah. Max Aaron's is reading Mohamed Salah. That's what I want for the future. Zima actually makes a good pass as well. That's what I want for the future. As we could get an attack off here. I've queued up the subs. I'm putting youth on only up front though, because I'm not changing the back four, as they need to stay as solid as ever with Souček and Rice in front, as Hammond with a cross to the back post, you know, and that was decent. But offside. As Luka Modric running forward. He's come off the bench as well. Another aging midfielder like Milner and Modric in midfield. Maybe they need to make changes, do Liverpool, as it's now Modric again. Just block it off. Afoyalan is back onto the field as Modric in the middle now to Fabinho. Round the corner to Firmino, as we've got to read these runners, and it's straight through to Koufal. So hopefully an easy pass. Goncalves made it hard, but I'm just going to run it with the Portuguese. He's just got to keep going. Just got to keep going. Potentially cross. But no, I'm not going to risk it. Keep in the corner a little bit. Now pass it back now. It's a guaranteed payoff. As they're going to give it to Souček as well. And why not? Souček through bodies! Wide of the post. But still, should be game wrapped up. We have 3 minutes of added timers. I am so impressed with this team today. Modric to the side of him, into Thiago. Through the middle though, as Firmino still the striker up front. Got to read him. Don't let them get a late leveler like Palace did. I would be distraught. As Diop with a great tackle. Just blast it. I don't care about another goal. Blast it as far as you can, as it might dip in, but doesn't. But we do have 3 points against Liverpool. A 2-1 win. Back to back like Fulham was is just stupendous, and I loved every single moment of that game, even when we were behind. Entertainment at its finest. Made my day, that did, as all my days. What a game. Still only 8th in the league, but I don't care about the position after that one. I just cared about the emotion running through the veins. As to be fair, we only are 2 points and 3 points now off Liverpool, who are in the Champions League position. If Burnley weren't doing as well as they are, we'd actually been with a shot. After the international break though, we have the derby away as well, with Midtjylland might sim the youth team. Crystal Palace are definitely sim, as we have Everton, then Burnley, who we need to beat in the Claret Derby. But unfortunately, guys, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this one. Really have enjoyed this and really are enjoying recording at the moment. You guys are the reason why as well, so thank you for that. As like, comment, share and subscribe with the notification bell on as well if you want to make the experience for me and you even better in the future. Take care, guys. In a bit. I'll see you all later. Peace.